my name is Michelle and I'm going to teach you how to play the G major scale all up and down the piano today. We'll talk a little bit about what the notes are and the technique that this scale is perfect to learn, which is the art of crossing the thumb underneath a nice high round open space. You see that nice shape there? The black keys placement with the right hand in G major scale, it perfectly sets us up to learn how to really sneak the thumb under this big wide open space. So we're going to talk about that. First, we have to talk about what our sets of notes are. With G major, we start on G and we play all the white keys except for one. There's one black key in this scale and that is just underneath G. It's F sharp, okay? So we start with G. There's one black note right there, F sharp. Okay? So G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And we start over again. Black note, F sharp. So it's all white notes except for the F sharp. So when you're trying to remember what the fingering is for this one, it's really quite easy to remember because the fourth finger only gets to play one time in the whole octave, and it's the only finger that gets to play a black note. So your fourth finger plays F sharp all the way up and down the piano, and we're going to talk about that today because when your fourth finger is playing F sharp, it sets your hand up perfectly for your thumb to reach underneath and cross. So we do 1, 2, 3, and then cross the thumb under to C. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's this moment right here that I want to talk about because you can use this opportunity when you're playing a black note. There are lots of ways to play black notes, and unfortunately, I see a lot of students playing black notes with flat fingers because the notes are skinnier and sometimes that helps to feel a little more stable. But I want to encourage you to, instead of having your finger flat and skinny and straight just like the key is, bend it like this. Make a shape like this. Play it with the very tip of your fingertip, okay? So with this nice round shape, see that? There we go. Press it down, okay? And then relax all the rest of your fingers. So all of your hand is just sort of a nice, calm, relaxed, rounded shape. Your wrist is down about the same level as your fingers, see? So there's a big hollow open space in here, like there's a little cave in there for a little mouse to hide in or something. And it's also a little space for your thumb to go in and out. So while we're here on the black key, we can really have perfect technique for thumb crossing. And as you walk up the scale to this black key, you can kind of raise the hand, the inner arch of the knuckles up higher along with that black key to create space for the thumb to come underneath. Okay? Now the thumb comes on G, and then you rotate kind of from the wrist. Rotate the rest of the hand to get it into place. We do 1, 2, 3. Now, here we're on a white key. It's not as obvious, but we're going to do the same exact thing. So on the third finger on the white key, make sure that you're not playing with a flat hand, but that you're standing up on your fingertips. Your wrist is down at kind of key level, okay? Your fingertip is standing up, and then the finger is round and arched, like this is a nice round rainbow shape. Okay, so we've created this space where the thumb can tuck underneath, and everything is really calm and relaxed. It's kind of like flexible and floppy. Thumb comes underneath this third finger, just right there, and step on to the C. Now, when you're doing a thumb crossing, you're actually going to be playing with this little corner of the thumb on the key, So corner of your fingernail, that's the part of the thumb that plays with perfect technique. So nice rounded hand, play with the corner of your thumb. Okay, now here we've got the arm and the hand kind of angled sideways. Let's use the wrist, okay, hinge at the wrist and shift the fingers over, okay? Walk up to the top of that black note, slide your thumb underneath. See how it creates so much space? You can really open up and make space for your thumb and then continue moving that hand over, okay? So let's keep going. On the third finger here, we're creating space, nice round space. Slide the thumb under there. See? Walk up. Raise it up. Make lots and lots of space in here for that thumb. There we go. Thumb on G. One more octave. Good. When you get to the very top of your scale, your pinky does get a chance to play one time. So the top of the scale, pinky can play. And then we walk back down. Kind of roll the fingers over the thumb. Like you're twisting a doorknob. It feels kind of like that. So when you're going up, you really use this walking up step-by-step motion to lift up the hand, lift up the arch of the knuckles, make space for the thumb, and then your thumb has plenty of room to fit under there. Coming back down. We also have that space, and we're creating it from the opposite side. Kind of roll the fingers over the thumb with this motion. Like, have you ever opened a doorknob? I assume that's a pretty normal daily task that you do. It's this kind of wrist rotation. It's actually, we say wrist rotation, but what's rotating is actually the radius and the ulna bones, okay, from the elbow joint. So we're turning the thumb upside down, okay, and then back around. And that's kind of the rotation to get your fingers to roll over when you're crossing over your thumb. All right, I feel like that was really, really slow, but I hope you learned something about how to sneak that thumb underneath, how to create a nice, beautiful, round, natural hand shape for your thumb to fit underneath and cross. And let me know if you have any questions. That is only the right hand, because the right hand's the one that has this perfect setup with the fourth finger on a black note. A little tidbit about that is that every sharp scale has the opportunity for the thumb to cross underneath a black note on the last note of the scale before you start over again. And you'll start to get really comfortable with that feeling in all of your sharp scales. G is the first one, but then D major does it too. A major and E major and B major, all of them have that feeling where you're kind of walking up to a black note and then your thumb just nicely transitions to the next octave of the scale. And it feels really good once you kind of get the pattern down and you feel the mechanics of it. So I wanted to draw your attention to that thumb crossing underneath the black key, because it is a really nice thing that we do. And in fact, we also do it in most of the flat scales as well. It's just a different placement, and your thumb is crossing most of the time from a B flat to a C, which is a whole step. It feels different than the half step that we have in sharp scales. It doesn't feel as close to the fourth finger. You have to kind of reach a little farther, so there's a little bit of a different technique there. But anyway, I feel like I'm talking way too much. You can tell me, do I talk too much? Am I breaking this down into too tiny of pieces? If you think so, I'm gonna re-record this and I'll do a quicker, more condensed version next. So